Time now for sports. We lead with football. Standings leader Scholars International suffered their second straight defeat in the CIFA Premier League last evening. Bottom-ranked Sunset upsetting Scholars 1-0 at the Annex in a nationally televised match on Cayman 27. The Scholars in the blue and yellow gave away a goal on this play, Rowan Cross poking home the game's only score on the half-hour mark. Then some solid defending, giving Sunset a well-deserved win. Sunset's coach Paul Macy happy to come away with the victory, but the Scholars coach Antonio Smith not satisfied with his team's effort.
We really played no class of football today. We didn't attack, we didn't defend the way we wanted to do, and Sunset had a better game today.
We kind of knew it was going to be a really hard game for us, and we were concentrating on our back four, and I have to admit that they were outstanding today. You know, we rode our luck a lot, but I think at the end of the day we were worthy winners.
It was the second straight loss for the Scholars in 2 weeks. Not an ideal end to the year for the West Bay team after they lost to Roma last weekend as well. However, Scholars still lead the standings with 24 points. Tigers closed in, coming from behind to beat Georgetown 3-2 in the early game at the Annex yesterday as well. Both teams now tied second with 20 points. At the Edbush Sports Centre, Future and Bordentown battled to a goalless draw, and the match between reigning champions Elite and Roma was abandoned 8 minutes from time. An on-field altercation forcing the officials to call off that game. At that stage, Roma was leading 2-1. The Premier League resumes January 17th next year. To the professional game now, fans of Barcelona FC got the ideal holiday gift today when star striker Lionel Messi scored the FIFA's prestigious World Footballer of the Year award, completing a stunning year for the Argentinian. The 22-year-old helped Barcelona win the Club World Cup on Saturday for their 6th trophy of the year. He beat off competitors from last year's winner, Cristiano Ronaldo, Xavi, Kaká, and Andres Iniesta. Moving over to some track and field news now, and Cayman's juniors continue their preparations for next year's CARIFTA Games this past Saturday. The CARIFTA Games logo serving as inspiration for the athletes as Cayman prepares to host the 3-day event over the Easter weekend. Athletes competed in the jumps, throws, and running events on a warm morning at the Truman Bodden track. Sprinter Chantal Morrison showing notice of her impressive form with 2 quality runs, winning the 150 meters and 300 meters over distance events. But other top juniors using the meet to tune up for 2010 as well. National coach Kenrick Williams pleased with what he saw.
We do have a good selection of kids. What we are lacking is probably in numbers. What we lack in numbers, we have in quality. So we are concentrating all our efforts on the quality of these athletes and see where we can take them.
To some rugby news now, the North evens the score in Saturday's Hemisphere clash at South Sound. Using the speed and experience of national players Keswick Wright and Josh Clark, the North in the blue wins Game 2 16-15. They had lost the opening fixture a week earlier. It was a close game throughout, but the North prevails at the final whistle, bringing an end to a packed and busy rugby season. And finally, despite a gallant last-minute chase, the West Indies lose the third test to Australia over the weekend. Needing 51 to win on the final day at the Waka, the Windies lost fast bowler Kemar Roach in the third over of the day. The West Indies all out for 323 in their second innings, still 35 runs short of the 359 needed to win and level the series. The Australians' victory giving them a 2-0 series triumph. Some of the Caribbean side's players return home and wait until February before the start of the one-day international series.